Is that why your nickname was General Butt Naked?
Yes, because I was naked, because I fought naked.
Excuse me, you can't talk in here.
What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Murphy. I'm one half of the Brothers Murph, and this is Metagame Minute. Metagame Minute is a twice-weekly segment where we talk about all things in the gaming world. It could be different strategies, it could be different mechanisms, things we like or don't like, just everything about gaming in general. And this week, we are talking about no talking. There's a lot of games out there that don't allow certain people to talk for various different reasons. You can't say certain things, or you can't talk or react at all. Codenames is one. If you're out giving clues and codenames, you can't react. You can't be like, because that would give away the whole purpose of the whole game. But there are some games where you can't talk at all. You can't say anything. And sometimes this works really, really well, and sometimes it doesn't. I have a big love-hate relationship with no talking in games. For me, for a mechanic to be no talking allowed, there has to be a reason for it. There has to be a thematic reason that makes sense for that specific mechanic. Like the best example that I can think of that we have is Mysterium. Mysterium is kind of like a clue-based game where there's one person is the ghost, and they're trying to let everyone else know who murdered them, but they're not allowed to talk. They can only send out messages in dreams. And that makes sense to me, because they're a ghost. They're not allowed to talk. They don't got no vocal cords anymore. They can't talk anymore. I'm not sure why I'm an old Italian man now. I died, man. I became an old Italian man. I'm not sure why. Zucchini. So you're no longer, when you're the ghost, you're no longer allowed to speak. You can't speak at all. You give out dream cards trying to direct people towards your killer, but you can't react. You can't give any kind of facial reaction. You're just a ghost.
It's just floating around like this.
And that makes sense, because that's thematic. So the whole no talking allowed rule makes total sense to me. But there's another game that we really, really like, and it is the Dresden Files cooperative card game. When we heard there was going to be a Dresden Files game, we were so excited we didn't even know what to do with ourselves. We are huge Dresden Files fans, so of course, instant buy for us. And the game, for the most part, we really, really love. It's a card-based game, but it's a cooperative puzzle game. It's like one big puzzle you have to figure out. But in the rules, you're not really allowed to give out information. You can speak. It's not like you can't speak, but there's a lot of like closed information, and you can't say specific things about the cards you have. And this bothers me because there's no thematic reason for it. In the book, it says this is to cut down on the game length because they don't want people arguing back and forth on what to do. But to me, the whole point to me of cooperative games is the discussion. That's the best part, is talking back and forth like, ooh, what if I do this? And then you can do that. And oh yeah, that's a good idea. And then I can go ahead and do this. And especially in a puzzle-based game, discussion is the whole point. So the whole like, you can't say what kind of cards you have doesn't make any sense to me. And especially like thematically, it makes no sense at all. To Evil Hat's credit, the company who makes the game, they say you can ignore this rule if you want to. They do state that it makes the game a little bit easier, but there's ways to scale it harder anyway, so I think it's fine. So what we do, we have all of our information open. We're talking back and forth, discussing constantly. We just make the game a little harder by scaling it a little harder. So what do you think about games where you're not allowed to share information or you're not allowed to speak at all? Do you like it? Are you specific like me where it has to make sense thematically or else it drives you crazy? Let us know in the comments below or on Twitter or social media what you guys think. Speaking of social media, you can check our social media out right here. Boop, right on my body. And you can check us out on all social media. We love to hear from you guys and girls. We love to talk to you, interact. It's our favorite part about doing all this kind of stuff. Also, please like and subscribe to this video. You can subscribe right here to our channel. We put up these videos twice a week. We do a best of the week on Fridays, and we're going to start doing some top 10s and hot sixes, as we're calling them. Also, check out previous videos, which are right here. So that's how I feel about the mechanic where there's restrictive talking. And speaking of no more talking, I'm going to stop talking and end this segment. But always remember, when it comes to playing games, the more meta, the more better.